Alright guys, and welcome back to some more Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. I'm using a different recording setup for this game. So hopefully the video looks a little bit better than the first two. I was using a different recording method. Anyway, so we're in a flashback now. Alright. For the two of you, just this once. Upon saying that, Mom handed us each 100 yen coins. That day was a cold winter day. At the Manten Aquarium souvenir area, the smell of construction lingered faintly in the air, so this place is like fairly new. There were manta and penguin stuffed animals, stationery with the logo on it, and various souvenirs. At the entrance of that souvenir stand, there was a gotcha machines containing a keychain. I guess maybe they're crane game machines? I don't know. I don't remember all the various types, but star sand was packed in plastic drops, and charms were all modeled after fish in the aquarium. It was a fairly typical for a gotcha, and at the time it seemed very enticing to me. It was the same for Mari, and we gazed into the gotcha machine. Mary was the one who would usually beg our parents at this point, but neither of us had bought a souvenir, and both of us said we wanted keychains. Since Mom couldn't be completely broken, she emphasized the one-time only bit. There she is. Mary held out both hands with glee while I probably just smiled. I remember that inside I was just as happy. As to which of us went first, well, of course, the more assertive Mari. She was always like this, a cheerful, inquisitive child. How cute, Mr. Star. Murray got a starfish charm keychain. At this point, Murray still didn't know the difference between a starfish and a star. I was next to get one. It was a pink drop with a jellyfish charm. Yeah, I'd say Mari got a better one. Because there's a blue. Blue's a better, cooler color. That's the one I wanted most. Marcia's learning how to use first person, as you mentioned yourself. You want to trade? No way. Naturally, I was already in love with that design. I abstainingly turned her down. Upon begging my mother for just one more, my mom, who had warned us earlier, held her purse strings tight, leaving Mari to sulk. Fine, stupid sister. And she ran off? Huh, sulking after being called stupid. I naturally didn't chase her right away, my mother being optimistic about the aquarium's small size. Oh, okay, so you just assumed you might find her. Well, we all know how that turned out. And now all I'm left with is my regrets. If only I had gone after her sooner, then I would have traded her keychains in the first place. So that's how it happened? Wow. Even so, the past is unchanging, and I am left with only my regrets to bear. If I could ever trade with Mari again, I stubbornly carried out around this keychain, the one with the pink droplet shape, like a treasure. I rummaged through my bag, seeking to feel the keychain in my hand. Huh? Why, at a time like this, I had forgotten to bring it. The keychain wasn't in my bag nor in my pockets. A sigh naturally slipped out of my body. After all, I lost sight of Mari and strayed from Himeno. Himeno has the building map, and there's nothing I can do. Huh? At that moment, a pungent aroma floats by and causes me to speak in surprise. Unable to bear the irritating stench, I pinch my nose. Still, the stench seems to twist in my nose. It made a smell of sewage, sulfur, and nauseating stink of vinegar. That's the worst. As soon as I try to get away from the smell, something soft creeps along the bottom of my foot. As I hesitantly look down, I realize the true identity of the putrid odor. The hell? Wait, it's a corpse. As big as my arm span. The body is slowly decaying and hasn't retained its original form, yet by its bulging round eyes and slightly extended tail fin. I could barely tell it was a fish. I couldn't tell right away, but it was the silhouette similar to a piranha chew? No. Piranha. I feel like I've seen those eerie glaring eyes, characteristics of a freshwater fish. I feel sick. I move my foot slowly, and a small fragment of the corpse sticks from the bottom of my shoe, on the underside of which I notice something wriggling desperately. The slight sound of flapping wings departs from beside my ear, and I understand that the wriggling thing is an insect. Oh shit. That's gross. Small, shaking chills around my spine as if someone had pressed ice to it. I step back and drop my cell phone. The phone reacts with a backlight, illuminating the dead body. The syrupy dead body absorbs the light and the winged insect that flees to avoid it. There is also a meandering white nematode that seems to I've not noticed. The backlight soon disappears, leaving its stench amidst the darkness. The shadows of those hideous insects are scorched into my retinas, and they sway like the light off the heat gaze in the darkness. Something was creeping up from the pit of my stomach. I can't take it. I feel like these little decisions might affect my ending. It's pretty crazy. We'll go ahead and save just in case. She seems like a girl who can't take it, but I'm going to make her be a tough girl. I'll endure it. I immediately shut my mouth, enduring what had come up. The taste of vomit that had come up, and the stench of my stomach acid lingering in my nostrils mixed with saliva and caused my eyes to water in pain. Why is this so painful? I can't figure out the answer to my doubts, not at all. I covered my eyes with both hands. I couldn't have made it if I didn't. By shutting out my vision leaves my sense of smell, causing the smell of rotten water and the stench of the dead body to become more intense, so I uncover my eyes. No, what is this? This is a place for the customers. Is it really alright for this to be here? On top of that, I was in the middle of chasing Mari. Wasn't I? No, that isn't the problem. It's strange enough that there would be a place like this in the middle of the aquarium. Anyway, I have to get out of here. The stench was so overpowering, as if I can't see it. I want to get out of here quickly, satisfying myself with the argument that it's just a garbage dump or something. Yeah, that's it. That's all. That if I only get away, I'll be fine. At any rate, I can go back the way I came. No, that's no good. I might run into Himeno. At this moment, I don't want to see her face. My eyes having adjusted a bit to the darkness, I search my way out. Here the tanks are broken, the little remaining water sinking, and the bodies of living things have tumbled out here and there. I think about how happy I am that I can't see. Even so, to find the exit, I'll have to look around. My nose has begun to go numb, and thanks to that, I somehow able to retain my sanity. Thank God for that. Before long, I find a dim emergency light behind one of the tanks and head towards it. It was the last hope I could cling to. I feel squishing several times beneath my feet. Ew. But I try to ignore it and move on. As I move towards the emergency light, it seems the smell is becoming faint. I get used to the scattering shards of glass and the rotten fish corpses just before I reach the door. The tip of my shoe feels like I kicked something hard, something different from before. Wondering what I've kicked, I usually casually look down. No. What's happening? I get the sensation that all the blood has stopped flowing through me, and my heart completely stopped. The round thing that I kicked with patches of hair, 2 eyes, a nose with a bone in it, and a mouth. Altogether it is a human face. Speaking accurately, it's a head rather than a face. It's completely lifeless and rolls away with a flopping sound. When my foot touches it, seeing the state the head is in, I feel ill again, and despite having finally calmed down from before, of the white cranium, only a forehead area seems to be exposed. Seems that this is new and has only begun to decay. No, for starters. There's no way a human head should be rolling in here. Where am I? Has to be a model. I haven't yet looked in the direction it was rolling. Convincing myself that it isn't a human head, it is a different, so there was no satisfying myself. I place my hands on the door and attempt to escape. Unable to control my shaking hands, it takes 3 tries before I can open the door. It's a heavy fire door that usually opens. What room did she find? This is... I step inside with my thoughts racing, and the atmosphere changes completely once more. I can hear the sound of the door closing behind me. Inside is a very clean place. The transparent water is tinted a faint blue, and inside float fantasy-like jellyfish. Countless pillar-shaped tanks are spread around, and the water shimmers as it reflects the light off the fluorescent lamp. Red and yellow, green, purple. Jellyfish's bodies diffusing the light like a prism. In spite of the strange space I have reached, I'm fascinated by the shimmering live art display. Himeno? I mutter without thinking. Then I quickly shake my head, erasing the image of Himeno's face that appears in my mind. Earlier, she didn't come after me. After all, Himeno chose to go chose on her own part ways from me. I'm sure it's because she dislikes me now. It isn't something I should worry about. Even at a quick glance, I can see that there are various types of jellyfish in the tank. Having made efficient use of the small space, it's a charming area. It vividly expresses the starry sky as is fitting of the name Manten Aquarium. Compared to the earlier Fish of the World booth, this one isn't at least bit in decay. I wonder if Mari came this way. Going back is dangerous. I can't do anything to stop here. I have to press on. I feel worried about Himeno all of a sudden. I mean, you are by yourself. Well, again, there's no shame in just saving. There are a lot of save points I've noticed. I can get like 10 slots with each of them having 10 pages with 10 slots. That's crazy. Let's see. Going back is dangerous. I can't do anything but by stopping here. I have to press on. So I start to press on. I gaze in satisfaction to the right and left of me. If circumstances weren't what they were, I would have stopped and stared into each and every tank. The tanks lined up all together and beautiful enough, and each one is vivid like the night sky inland with jewels. Altogether there are 7 tanks. Each one holds a different type of jellyfish. Some with poison, some without, characterized by aspects of which they live. They are really beautiful. just looking at everything in awe. What was I doing here again? I wonder if the last time we came there were tanks here. Mari, my little sister. I lean my back against one of the tanks and sit down. Wherever Mari's face appears in my mind, I lose all strength. If someone saw me, I'd be embarrassed, but here and now in Manten Aquarium, there's no one around. I heave a sigh and look up at the ceiling for some reason. A large fan is revolving there. My memories of the last time we visited Manten Aquarium aren't all bad. It was the first time in a long time. All 4 of us had gone out as a family. Mari and I got along really well. We always held hands as we walked. We would do things like play house and read picture books aloud. Mari was a bit more than a tomboy than I. So even though I was an older sister, she was the one who gave the orders. Since it was the first time the 2 of us sisters went to the aquarium, it was natural for us to be very excited. Just as one would expect, the first time Mari and I laid eyes on the creatures of the sea, we experienced fear, awe, and the sense of being deeply moved. The creatures we saw at the time have stayed with me as vivid memories. Happy memories. on such a special day of all days. We ended up fighting. The rest proceeded just as I remember. Since then, my parents buy me anything I want. However, I'd changed as well. I didn't really want anything more. Greed itself seemed to decline for me, and I never really got excited for anything. Wait, so are the parents really... I bet they're really upset that the sister's gone. That disappeared, but I guess everyone moved on. That's weird. That's why when my mother bought me these boot sandals, I was happy. I was fascinated by their nostalgic ultramarine color. About 1 year after Mari disappeared, she stopped coming up in conversation. Weird. I don't know if my mother and father had accepted it as a tragic accident or if the sadness had slowly faded, but my new normal had begun. I had become an only child, but that is nothing of an excuse I can't escape from. Mari, you're here, right? Finally, it seems that my strength has returned and I stand up. Even though I asked, no answer will come. The thundering ventilation fan in the ceiling is the only sound I can hear. It was almost the same as I stood up. A crack appears in the glass of the tank behind me. Since the glass doesn't make any noise when it spills, I realize it's broken when water splashes on my rear end. Water continues to flow out, gradually spreading to my feet. The amount of water from the tanks is more than just puddles after a heavy downpour. Along with the water flowing forth, the jellyfish that had been in the tank just a moment ago flowed out. In order to avoid contact with the water already soaking my sandals, I step back from the puddles without looking away. What? What was that noise? As if to play further into my already bewildered mind, the tank behind me also cracks. Uh-oh. All the tanks are just exploding? That's fucked up. This time I hear the high-pitched noise of glass cracking. Following that, the tanks are each destroyed in turn. Ew. Jellyfish are weird. Being stuck in the middle of a passage, water is closing in on me from all sides, leaving me pressed in between. The edge of the water is steadily drawing near. What should I do? The words that slide from my mouth also flow away from the water. The colors of the tanks had been so vibrant now seem eerie to me. Along these jellyfish are poisonous ones. Even worse, some of them are fatal. On thinking that, my legs begin to shake. No, why does this have to happen to me? But no matter how frightened I become, I know I can't sit down. I really want to sit, though. As if the area I'm in is shrinking, water and jellyfish are both heading towards me, and it is impossible for me to touch the floor. Wait, do nothing or attempt to possibly get stung. Oh, shit. Well, this one, no, I can't think of anything. I feel like something might happen. It's one of those situations where, like, if I run, I die. If I do nothing, somebody will come and save me. So, this one seems the stupidest. I'm just gonna stand still. I bet this is gonna be like, I'm gonna get saved by somebody. No, I'm paralyzed with fear. I can't think of nothing. I become panicked. If I don't calm down with my thoughts swirling around so frantically, I'm getting even more confused. My sandals are getting dirty. My poor sandals. It is the first thing that occurs to me, but regardless, it is my only clear thought. The puddles of water are gradually drawing closer, and I can't feel anything from the strange jellyfish. I feel my heartbeat skipped as my chest starts to hurt more from nervousness. Oh no! At this point, I have to run through without worrying about my sandals. Though they are sandals, the soles are strong. As long as the jellyfish don't jump, I probably won't get stung. Little by little, the safe spots are disappearing. I tightly pull my legs together, which make me stagger. Oh god, look at the blue one. I let out a small scream and straighten up a bit. With nothing behind me to lean against, I am just about cornered. I wonder if I'll die to jellyfish poison. Rocked by waves of blended nervousness and fear, I carelessly entertain that line of thinking. The meter gauging my fear must be full tilt. I think with cool self-separation. Yeah, I knew it. You from earlier. It's that guy again. A sudden yell confuses me. Upon looking in the direction of the voice, I see the door has been thrown open and a man is standing there. Shoot, why are your feet exposed? It can't be helped. There's definitely Yoshi-san. Hi, Yoshi-san. The man that called me names is now gently removing his shoes and tossing them over to me. My mind raises as I catch them. They are thick-soled boots. Put those on and make your way over here. All the jellyfish floating there have deadly poison. I take off my sandals and put my feet into his boots just as he tells me to. The size doesn't fit at all and they are way too big, but not... Well, they'll save your life. I cautiously take a step and confirming it's alright, take my second then third steps towards him, with my sandals in one hand. Thank you. You can thank me later. For now, don't look around, just come towards me. And then my breathing is increasingly rough, but I get a little embarrassed. However, knowing some concessions I will have to be made, I walk through the water over the jellyfish. When I step on the jellyfish, I feel the squishing sensation through my shoes. Ew. There are shards of glass in the puddles, but that makes me want to thank Hiroshi-san for being considerate enough to lend me such strong shoes. I can walk the remaining meter. Hiroshi-san seems fairly close. Adjusting my breathing, I carefully take the remaining 3 steps. There's no mistake. To my carelessness, I have overlooked a transparent jellyfish at my feet. Even though I can't see it, I can clearly feel it. Ugh. The baggy boots I'm wearing throw me off my balance. I'll end up on my butt. If I fall now, all I can help is having received will be for nothing. Watch out! My body is supported by some strength that pulls me back. Hiroshi-san's right hand I grab onto my left wrist. It was a close one, just like that. I had been pulled out of the room with the broken tanks. As soon as I was out of danger, Hiroshi gave a mighty pull and shut the fire door. Damn it. Even though I predicted that, I kind of wanted to see what was going to happen there. This is in front of the souvenir stand. More importantly, why are you here? Hiroshi-san steadies me against the wall in front of the souvenir stand. The terror from a moment ago hasn't escaped through the heavy, dark gray emergency door. Isn't this Manten Aquarium? Besides, before I met up with you, there was so much... He just stares at in my flustered state. Alright, calm down, Mayu. A wry grin appears on his face. He motions in front of the souvenir stand before sitting down. Today I have nothing but bad memories in relation to the floor, so I merely lean against the wall. The gotcha machines are still there, but the whole lineup is new. I don't know a single one of the products. And scene. That's interesting how they do that. Alright, well, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to save here. And then we're going to go back. Because I want to see what happens if we just ran for it. I have to run. Yeah, if I ran at top speed, I should get there. Passed through the 6th tank, I ran full force on my back. The floor is wet. This is disgusting. There's water everywhere. When I pull my hand on the floor and try to stand out, I discover the action was a mistake. Ah! Ah, shit. Ew, is that what it feels like? A cold metal needle? Ew. I get upset. In that moment, I get upset. I don't know why that makes me funny. That makes me laugh. Oh, a pamphlet introducing the jellyfish got mixed up with pieces of glass. Man of war. Well, shit. I really want to see what like a death screen looks like. What do I do? Someone. Well, you shouldn't have ran by yourself. Oh, wow. I'm trying to use my pulsating right hand to support to push myself. I slide into the puddle and can't stand. Damn. Well, now I know I need fresh water. Trying to apply pressure on the vein, I tightly grip the area where I've been stung. And that's the end of my story. Wanting to be saved, I call out loudly. However, in reality, my voice has already grown hoarse. The corners of my eyes grew hot. From then, I fall individual droplets. Damn. First my head, then my chest, from my stomach to my feet, having fallen on my face, have my body submerged in water. My heartbeat quickens and I become acutely aware of the flow of my blood. Unable to stand it, I vomit. Nope, you're done. Ew, what? Yeah, no, wow. That's the worst. But who blew up the tanks? Was it a paranormal phenomena or was it a person? That's the question. Like, with these kind of stories, there are ghosts, but then there's also a human that does stuff. There's still more? Is there someone there? The sensation of my consciousness alone is floating along a rippling sea. By the way, this is not going to be the path that I go through. This is just to see what happens. What? Is she hallucinating? Anyway, Mayu, where did she go? Mayu. What? Wait a second. Where's this to begin with? Okay, there we go. This bad ending was called My Form. I think we just became a ghost. Like right then and there. Is that what it's going to look like each time? Or is that just like specific for that ending? That's pretty good. It's like that's what the death looked like. Just the swirly eyes. That's cool. Alright, let's continue on with our story then.